Group, United Nations, is raising concerns about the quality of education being offered under the free SHS policy in advancing Sustainable Development Goal 4, which tackles quality education. Speaking to JoyNews on the sidelines of the National Dialogue on the Sustainable Development Goals, UN Resident Coordinator to Ghana, Christian Evans-Clark, says government's intention to give free education to young people is a major concern that begs for urgent attention is quality. There's more in this report.
UN Resident Coordinator on SDGs in Ghana, Madam Christian Evans-Clark, says until challenges bordering overcrowding in classrooms, lack of teaching and learning materials, and the ability of students to translate what has been taught in class into their everyday lives is addressed, the quality of tuition under the free SHS program will not be realized.
As countries, especially Ghana, succeeds in some things, it raises expectations for the next level. So success in enabling young children to get a basic education meant that there's now expectations to move on, which is why now the government is so emphasizing secondary education. But we see that young children are not always able to move on because the quality of their education has not equipped them to be able to learn at higher levels. So that's where quality of education really is at the fore. And then for young people to move from the world of education to the world of work, their education needs to be relevant.
Touching on issues of sanitation under the SDG 6, which deals with access to clean water and good sanitation, Madam Christian Evans-Clark disclosed that government needs stronger collaboration with civil society to influence radical attitudinal change among citizens to rid cities of filth.
Taking care of garbage, managing waste is a business opportunity. That's for one thing. But you also need civil society. Habits need to change, what we do with garbage. And we need to have the kind of cultural change to make sanitation better. You need both the government in setting incentives and doing big things like infrastructure on drainage and so forth. You need the private sector to make this a business opportunity, and then we need individuals to change habits.
National Coordinator for Ghana Civil Society Platform on SDGs, Ugonna Ogaikwe, says lack of a quality assurance framework for data providers is impeding the progress of their work.
As at today, we still do not have a quality assurance framework that we can use to say that if you are a data provider, these are the things that or the benchmarks that we can use to assess whether or not your data is quality. So that is one of the things we need to ensure that we have a quality data assurance framework. So that anybody who is producing data in Ghana, we can reliably say that this data is standard and it can be used for reporting on the goals. It is really relevant that we should look at how do we ensure that the data we have is quality, it's timely, and it responds to the various SDG indicators. Civil society, we're doing a lot of work, but oftentimes we don't even know what people are doing, the data they produce, where are they storing it, how can we assess it easily.
For his part, German Ambassador to Ghana, Christoph Retzlaff, commended government for progress made in attaining the 17 SDGs and assured his country's continued support for Ghana. Stakeholders believe Ghana would be among UN member states to attain the 2030 agenda of ending poverty, protection of the planet, and ensuring that people enjoy peace and prosperity under the SDG goals with stronger collaborations between government and civil society organizations. Reporting for JoyNews, Charity Emihil Battels.